Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nerf Pro Stryfe X. This blaster came out in 2023 as part of the Nerf Pro line, and is also, as of the recording of this video, an Amazon exclusive where it retails for $119.99 USD. The blaster includes 30 Nerf Pro AccuStrike half-length darts, protective eyewear, a 15 dart magazine, a rechargeable LiPo battery, a USB charging cable, and a stock attachment point. It also claims speeds of 150 FPS. Also, its recommended age is 14 plus. So with that all the way, let's get this thing in the box and see what's inside. Alright, so here we have the Stryfe X out of the box with all of its accessories. We're going to start off as usual with our instructions, a very simple set of instructions. Tells us how to recharge the battery, put the battery in, fire the blaster. All the things you need to know are in these instructions. Next we have our darts. These are the Pro AccuStrike half-length darts. You get 30 of these. We have our safety glasses. These appear to be the same ones that come with the gel fire blasters. We have a USB charging cable and our battery. It's charged via USB Type-C and has a little indicator light. We have our 15 round half-length magazine, a very simple design. And now onto the blaster itself. So the Stryfe X is kind of the pro version of the original Nerf Elite Stryfe, which I have right here. This is a Stryfe I purchased back when the Stryfe first came out, so it's kind of like this Generation 1 Stryfe, pretty much like the original iteration of it. So just like the original Stryfe, this is a semi-automatic flywheel blaster, so it has a rev trigger and a main trigger to fire your darts. But the Stryfe X also includes a safety switch there that prevents the rev trigger from being pulled. The magazine just inserts into the bottom like so, and has a very convenient magazine release right there. It has two rails, one on top and one underneath the barrel. These are the same ones that we saw on the gel fire blasters. Still have no idea what accessories are going to go on these. We have our jam door, very similar to the one that's on the original Stryfe. We have a stock attachment point here. I have a retaliator stock for demonstration purposes. There we go. Doesn't seem like it's loose. Seems to be on there pretty good. Though there is no barrel attachment point, which I find a little bit disappointing. The original Stryfe has a barrel attachment point. But I also kind of find it a little bit sadder that they still have the indentation for the little button that's on the barrel attachment, some of the barrel attachments. But anyway, we can just save our disappointment for another time. So let's install the battery. So the battery, just line these two tabs up with the back here, and then there's this button right here that you press, and you can just push the battery in there and it locks in place. Doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. I will say this battery's heavy and I can already feel like a pull. You know, it kind of pulling downward. I don't know how I feel about that. There is a little bit of a charge in this battery because I've been charging it for about an hour. The instructions do recommend charging it for 4 hours, so I'll probably charge it all the way before I do all the tests, but let's see if this thing turns on. Do I have a dead blaster? Or do I actually have to charge it? Or is it just not enough power? Maybe there's a magazine lock. No? That's weird. I'm going to charge this battery a little bit longer. Oh yeah. And to remove the battery, it's quite simple. You push the button down, push the latch forward, and the battery just comes right out. There doesn't appear to be enough charge in this battery to power the Stryfe X, so I'm actually just gonna start charging it now. The instructions say to give it about 4 hours, so we'll just leave it there or at least until the little light here turns off. Or I think it's until it stops blinking, because it does blink. Let me see here. Oh, okay. We're having charging issues. Interesting, we're having charging issues apparently. So we'll figure this out. So the Stryfe X is gone. Had some problem with the battery and decided to return it to Amazon for a full refund. So what exactly happened? As soon as I unboxed the blaster, I took the battery and the cable it came with and plugged it into the power brick I used to charge my phone. I know this thing works. It's charged several of my devices within its life. No flaws here. In fact, it had just finished charging my phone, so there was that. Plugged it in and decided, okay, we're gonna take a break from recording, go eat lunch, prepare the stuff for the rest of the day, for the rest of the video. Came back about 3 hours later and took the battery off the charger and plugged it into the blaster, put the magazine in, did everything that should make it ready to fire, and nothing happened. Okay, maybe I didn't charge long enough. I mean, the instructions do say it can take up to 4 hours depending on the charger you use. So I'm like, I mean, the chargers might be too weak or whatever, right? So I plug it in there and start reading the instructions a little bit more in depth. So in the instructions, it explains what the indicator light statuses mean. If the indicator light is solid, that means it's charging. Once it turns off, means it's fully charged and ready to go. However, there's a third one, and that's when it's flashing. What it means when it's flashing is there's a charging error, and you need to unplug and replug the charging cable in and try again. I look over at the battery on my desk, you know, and yeah, the battery light is flashing. So I took the battery, plugged it into another power brick, still had a flashing light. Went to another one, plugged that in, same deal. Plugged it into another one, same deal, flashing light. And then I plugged it into my laptop's charger, you know, higher voltage, higher amperage and everything. Plugged it in there, still had a flashing light. I was like, okay, maybe it's just the power strip. So I took it off my power strip on my desk, plugged it into a different power strip, same deal. Maybe I'll just plug it into the wall. Maybe it doesn't like power strips. Plugged into an outlet, still same deal, flashing light. Plugged into another outlet in a different circuit in my house, also still flashing. Thought maybe it was the cable. Tried a different cable, didn't work. Same thing, flashing light. So after all of that, came to the conclusion that the battery was probably defective. So yesterday afternoon, which is when I started recording this video, was yesterday, packed the blaster up, shipped it back to Amazon, got the refund, and it's pretty much done. So something else that has been on my mind ever since I shipped it back to Amazon was maybe I was using the wrong type of power adapter. Maybe it's not strong enough, right, to charge it, because these LiPos need a lot of power. So I look in the instruction manual, and by the way, Hasbro does provide the Stryfe X's instruction manual on their website, which is where I got this. And all they say to use is a USB-A wall charger. That's it. Not what size, not what strength, just use a USB-A charger. Just from that, I'm pretty sure Hasbro intended people to use whatever they have available at home to charge this battery. That's just the conclusion I came to. Now, if Hasbro didn't intend people to use like something like this, which is just a 9-volt, 1.67 amp charger, they should have at least mentioned in the instructions or included one with the blaster. Because they didn't do either one, I'm pretty sure they just said, you have a Samsung Galaxy charger? Yeah, use this, and you should be fine. I didn't have a problem with the Mythics battery. That one charged on this specific brick perfectly fine, and it ran. That's just where my conclusion that it's defective comes from. So that's pretty much it for the video. Can't really give a recommendation on this blaster because I didn't even review it. I never got to even see it fire. I'm not going to tell people not to buy this blaster just because mine didn't work. It's just part of the industry, you know. You're going to get defective things, and you either replace them or you don't, you know. I mean, I've had issues with motorized flywheel blasters all the time. The Mark III, I had a bad switch on mine, and the Moto Blitz, I had one that didn't even work, you know. But the question that may be on some people's minds are, am I going to buy another Stryfe X? The current answer right now is no. I have no interest in purchasing another Stryfe X right now. Frankly, they're really expensive. That may or may not change in the future. We'll just have to see. But anyway, I do hope this video was helpful. I don't really have a video to shout out. I'll just probably put a random one. Maybe another motorized flywheel blaster linked at the end of the video. Also have the playlist to all my reviews as usual. Comment your thoughts about this video down below. Comment what else you want to see on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.